Hey, Aquarius, Mel, intuitive coach here, excited to bring in your October 2025 bonus reading. All right, let's open up your energy field and take a look at the sacred shifts and divine gifts that are unfolding for you this month. Now, Aquarius, this session is designed to open a clear channel between you and your spirit team to reveal what your soul has been trying to say beneath the noise. We'll look at what's blocking your clarity and what's ready to shift so that you can fully step into this next chapter of your life. Bottom of the deck, we have the Magician. Beautiful energy here, Aquarius. You are being guided to tap into your gifts. Share your personal superpower with the world. I feel like you are someone who is an excellent communicator. After all, you are an air sign and you have this newfound sense of energy coming through, this spark of imagination. This is about you tapping into the skills and the talents that you have in order to be the best leader, the best communicator, and perhaps the best teacher that you can be. I see that you are also learning more about yourself. You're learning more about your gifts, and you could even be taking a class. Perhaps you're taking a workshop, and some of you could even be traveling where you may be going to a retreat center or traveling to a sacred space to learn some of these skills. I love this for you. So let's dive in and take a look at the messages that your spiritual helpers have. You have Krishna. Krishna is showing up to remind you about devotion. Trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. You are loved unconditionally. I feel like you are devoting your time, your heart, your energy to the people and places and things that you care about. You are working on creating a balanced lifestyle that's not only good for your mind, but good for your body and good for your spirit as well. So devotion, consistency, and dedication are all part of your life at this time. And if you feel like you have been lacking that energy, that's where the Magician comes in. And right behind the Magician, Aquarius, you actually have the Death card here. So it could even mean that there are endings occurring in your life so you can fully step into the version of yourself that you are meant to be. You're activating here your potential. Next, you have Lady Portia. She brings in with her divine order. Do what you feel is right. There is an important lesson unfolding for you at this time. And I feel like it has to do with your manifestation skills, what you are focusing on, what you are paying homage to. This is about you focusing on the things that light you up, the things that bring you happiness, joy, balance, and harmony. And even if there are dissonant notes in the music of your life, I feel like you are learning from those struggles and challenges. You're not staying locked down into them. You're rising above. And this could be something you're teaching others about at this time, or you are called to teach about in the near future. Next, you have Lady Venus. She brings in with her downloads and understanding. She also is connected to Libran energy, which we are currently in Libra season. So this is a time where you are being guided to trust in the deep insights that are coming through for you, because these are from heaven. They're from the astral realm. Truth is being revealed to you. And I feel like there's magic happening at this time where, again, you're being asked to tap into your skills, your abilities, not doubt your beautiful self. And don't let the world manipulate you in some way that feels negative. Don't let external noise, don't let societal conditioning or upbringing, whatever it may be that's external outside of you, don't let that condition you in a negative way so you close down your gifts or close down your voice. Because some of you may have felt silence. Some of you may have second guess your own abilities or your divine path, where Lady Venus is coming in here, bringing in a deep understanding of your purpose and of your spiritual gifts. Now, because downloads are showing up here, Aquarius, many of you are channelers. Many of you are devoting your life to understanding on a deeper spiritual level. So right now you may be devoting your life to learning perhaps about spirituality, or learning about finances, learning about self-love, learning about relationship dynamics, whatever it is that you are leaning and learning into at this time. I feel like you're enhancing your understanding about this, and it's actually going to shift the trajectory in which you have been going. It's going to open new doors is what I'm sensing here for you. So let's take a look at what your higher self wants you to know at this time. You have the Wheel of Fortune coming through. So this is a powerful energy of going with the flow. Now, the Wheel of Fortune is a renewal where you have the opportunity to move through this turning point energy instead of falling back into repeat cycles, or instead of, going back and doing the same thing over and over again. Spirit is saying, don't fear the changes that are coming through for you, because many of you are being guided to step into this next chapter because it is divinely guided. It is timely as well. You see all of the clocks showing up. So divine timing is taking place here, is manifesting for you, and something that you have been perhaps wanting for quite some time. But as we near change, we start to get a little bit freaked out, right? We start to feel uncomfortable because change can be scary. And I see that there is a turning of the tides here for you. And this is actually a huge blessing. This is very fortuitous. This feels very abundant for you. It feels like it's been a dream that you've had for yourself for quite some time. But as we move through life, life happens. And I see that there's a really beautiful opportunity here for you to step out of a loop or a pattern or even a behavior that has kept you stuck in some way. So the Wheel of Fortune is coming through. That's what your higher self wants you to know, because this is fated, this is destined, and this is divine intervention here, or I should say divine order with Lady Portia. There's an important lesson not only unfolding for you, but you are being guided to trust in the downloads, have that newfound sense of awareness for what's coming through, and then devote yourself to this next journey, this next chapter of your life. This is about you showing up in a way that, feels aligned. It feels good for yourself, even if it feels scary, even if it feels uncertain. So what is the block? What is the blind spot? The Three of Pentacles. Perhaps you felt like you haven't had this support, perhaps financial support, or the support of loved ones or friends, or perhaps even societal standards. As I've mentioned, it feels like other people have critiqued or ridiculed or criticized you in some way. This also represents, as a block, poor collaborations where you've been doing everything all on your own, where maybe other people have taken advantage at times of you financially or, physically, even where they have leaned in on you for advice or support, but yet when it's your turn to ask, they kind of flee the scene. I see that the Three of Pentacles, represented here by Dorothy's rescue, is saying you are the hero. You are the hero in your own story here. And it feels like you are initiating this Wheel of Fortune. So this divine order that's happening, these divine downloads and understanding that's coming through, is because you are removing the distractions. You're pushing through the noise here. And it feels like you are making changes to manifest the life that you want for yourself. And there is magic in the air, and you're trusting in this. You're trusting that what is falling out of your life is actually bringing in what is truly meant for you. So let's look at the mirror. How is this being reflected in your life at this time? You have the Hermit here. So it feels like you've been taking some time out. You've been taking some time out of perhaps dating, or you have been working on your projects or your career, and you've been in this mode of, for some of you, it feels like isolation, but for others of you, it's solitude, where you've been gaining a lot of introspection, Aquarius, and you need your you time. You are someone who you need to recoup, especially when you've been in an environment where there's been a lot of people around, or there's just been a lot of energies that have come in at you. And I see with the Hermit, you are meditating or learning how to connect to your higher self. And many of you have also been using somatic tools to help you rewire your programming, and also reconnect to feeling safe and feeling secure within your nervous system. So the Hermit energy as a reflection, it sometimes can be the lone wolf. And maybe you have withdrawn from certain energies here, or perhaps you've been healing through rejection or even abandonment. And sometimes this can be lonely or isolating, but I see that that's what's shifting here, especially with this Three of Pentacles, because this is teamwork making the dream work. This is soul tribe. This is family. This is connections. This is friendships. And some of you have been missing this. And this is what you are saying, I want this in my life, but I know that I have to get out of my comfort zone to make this happen. I have to do something that I haven't been doing. And I feel like that's part of the message here. Now, what is the shift? What needs to be released? The King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords as a release could be a person. Okay, someone who's domineering, controlling, someone who may be abusing their power or not using their magic in the best possible way. Sometimes the King of Swords, especially with magician energy, can be manipulation. And I see that this could be someone that you are kind of disengaging from. It could even be a boss or a family member, someone who has very rigid beliefs. And this could also be a thought pattern or a process that you are working on removing or rewiring, as I've mentioned, because when the King of Swords is showing up in all of his power and he's using his power for the highest good, you know, he is someone who's very intelligent. He is a thought leader. He's logical. He's strategic, and he's willing to share his knowledge with others because he is someone who knows what he's talking about, and he's clear, he's precise. I just heard Andrew Huberman, which he's one of my favorites on YouTube. If you guys are familiar with the Huberman podcast, I'm getting Huberman as the King of Swords here, using his power for good. Now, what you may be releasing here is an energy where there's skepticism, or it could be a pattern that replays out over and over in the mind. And I see that that's what's shifting here for you in order for you to manifest the dream life that you truly deserve. Because what is the gift? You have the Ace of Wands. What better of a gift than this ace? I love all of the aces because they are all gifts, but this is the spiritual wand, right? The wands are fire, they're spirit, they're inspirational, they're creative, they're passionate. And this could also be a new beginning that you have when it comes to your career, or when it comes to your projects, your spiritual endeavors, Aquarius. There is this new sense of purpose that is on the other side of perhaps fear or skepticism or self-doubt. And that's what you're leaving behind. Again, a person, a place, a pattern, a thing, whatever this is, you're going to know, because going back to the King of Swords, you know, he's represented as the gnat, the mosquito, right? And mosquitoes are annoying. Flies are annoying when you're trying to eat food, when you're trying to, interact, but it keeps landing on you. It keeps buzzing in your ear and you're trying to swat it away. And before you know it, all of your focus, all of your attention is going towards trying to get rid of this darn gnat because it feels like it's all consuming. That's the only thing you're able to focus on. That's what you are eliminating from your life, right? You have the tool, you have the fly swatter here. And I see that you're working through some energies at this time that are actually rewiring. Again, I'm getting like rewiring the mind, reprogramming. You may be paying attention to your self-talk and staying compassionate and kind to yourself, especially as you tune in to your higher self more and pay more homage and give more energy towards your intuitive downloads versus your fears. That's going to make a huge difference for you. So when this new beginning shows up, this Ace of Wands, this is on the other side of the King of Swords, right? This is a beautiful piece of artwork. This is, the seed of conception. It could be a new idea that you have that you are excited about. You're ready to go all the way. And I see that not only is this a new idea that you have, but it does feel like there's a whole new sense of purpose, a new sense of being, a feeling of I'm alive instead of feeling that struggle to tap into that potential or that motivation. So this is one of the best gifts that you could possibly have. So what is the integration? What is the outcome here? Seven of Wands, stand your ground. Stand up for what you believe in. Don't let other energies, because you see here on the Seven of Wands, Alice's defense is coming through. Alice has the upper hand. She's bigger than all of these playing cards that are, trying to stab her toes, trying to, kind of push her into a corner. But you actually have the upper hand. Why? Because you have the advantage point because you're able to see things from a higher perspective, perhaps a more spiritual perspective. And that offers you up the ability to release the ego, because this could be the ego, these playing cards. And what's funny is if you look at this illustration, there's an ace and there's an ace. So it feels like you are wanting to step into your ace, of wands. You want to step into this potential, but there are these factors, and I don't want to say small factors, even though in this card, the playing cards are represented by these smaller energies. But for you, if you pay a lot of attention to it, just like that gnat, just like that mosquito, that fly that's buzzing around, it's tiny, but it's all consuming. And I see that you are working on what's within your control. Instead of that fly swatter, focusing on swatting that out of your life, perhaps you're putting up a net. And you are putting up a boundary in a sense where you are focusing on what you can control. You can't control that King of Swords energy, but what you can do is say, this is what's within my power. And if it is a thought, if it is a mind, you can catch yourself, right? You can catch yourself and choose to consciously interrupt this pattern, because the Seven of Wands as your outcome is defending yourself, standing up for your beliefs, facing adversity. This is you being brave and protecting what it is that you stand for. You're meeting a challenge in the eye and you're giving it a wink because this is you living life on your own terms. You don't want to conform here to these pressures that, it feels like it's not aligned with who you are. It's not aligned with where you are going. So there's nonconformity that's taking shape. Instead of feeling on guard or feel like you're, in fight or flight mode, or instead of that stubbornness here constantly meeting you, it feels like you want to release it, right? You want to release it. And that's what is happening here as your outcome. So let's get a final message from your higher self. Yeah, you're remembering your magic. You're not letting anybody take that from you. You're coming back home to yourself. You're remembering who you are. It's natural to want to run from hard things in life. You are safe in your body and in this world. You are loved above all else. Make a commitment to stay with yourself in good times and in bad. That Seven of Wands at times can be avoidant energy. We avoid doing things. We put them off. We procrastinate. We make excuses. We say we don't have time. We don't have support. We don't have money. But if it is meant for you, if it is something that is stirring within you, that niggling feeling, that intuitive download will not go away. Because if it's meant for you, you are meant to open up that portal. And I see that sometimes fear gets in the way. Sometimes the thoughts, the limitations, the King of Swords gets in the way of you manifesting what it is that you truly desire. So make a commitment, Aquarius, to stay with yourself. Release judgments. Work on regulating your nervous system. Work on coming back home to yourself. Don't leave yourself. Don't fight or flight. Some of you may have gone through a traumatic experience. And what do we do when we go through trauma? We tend to kind of exit our bodies in a way. And for some of you, and myself included, I've had to work on, coming back into my body, feeling my body, especially as an air sign. I am an Aquarius moon, a Libra sun. And sometimes our heads do all the talking where we really got to get in touch with what our body needs, what our body wants, and work on that somatic healing. Otherwise, the mind can run loose on us and it can kind of take over. And I see that that's what you're doing here is you're saying no matter the good times and bad, I am not going to numb. I'm not going to suppress. I'm not going to, have this dysregulated nervous system wreaking havoc on my body. Some of you may have even had gut health issues. I see that you are coming back to you, and that changes everything. Your final message from your higher self, created with intention. You were created with intention. What comes easy and simple to you is your superpower and divine gift, right? Magician. Don't underestimate how powerful your gift is to others. The world needs your offerings. Wasn't that the first message that came through in your reading? If you go back to the very beginning, the magician says, share your gifts, your superpower with the world. Don't doubt your beautiful self. Aquarius, that is what I have for you. I love this reading. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell. And if you are interested in a personal reading or signing up for the monthly newsletter, you can find that information below in the description box or by visiting intuitivesoulcoach.com.